Hey guys, welcome back to Saints Row the Third. You'll probably see this because I'm not the one who edits it.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
It's me, the person who's not give you Thai videos. To be fair, nobody watches them anyways, but I think once we start putting out, you know what? I think once we start putting out, Okimon Po.
This part will be out after that comes out.
Right. Yeah. That's
So, yeah. At the time of this recording, we haven't started our Pokemon playthrough on YouTube, but we've recorded all the way up through Cerulean City and have beaten Misty. So, just for reference on where we are at the time of this recording, this should probably line up relatively close to when that happens, though. But, you know,
I made it!
we're recording this in August, so...
Well,
yeah.
The
last day of August, yes. But that said, we're going to go ahead and open this part back up with the continuation of the Professor Genki DLC that we were continuing from last time. Because, in case you don't remember, which from like 3 weeks ago, which was the last time we recorded, I believe.
Because I've been more focused on the Pokemon.
Yeah, fair enough.
The packet of monsters.
Yes. So we're going to continue on with that. So there's 4 more... technically 3 more activities, 4 more missions that of the DLC. No more Super Ethical Reality Climax. Those two we did the last part that you ended up actually liking.
Oh
yeah, no, that was it. The rest of these activities that we're going to be doing are completely new, unique for the DLC specific activities. So you can go ahead and pull up the mission on your phone, and we'll go ahead and hear what Tammy has to say and get a move on with that. So, yeah.
Great news! Professor Genki has requested that you escort him to the Genki Bowl publicity appearances. However, he can be a bit eccentric. See if you can get him all charged up to meet his fans.
So, yes, as she said, you are going to be picking up Genki and escorting him a bit and showing him around to his fans, getting him all pumped up and excited for a Genki Bowl. So, excuse me. Yeah, so this is going to be a unique take on the escort missions. I don't know if you remember doing those. They're the ones where you would drive around with the client and avoid the news vans. Yeah, this is going to be a little different from that. It's similar in the base principle of how the thing works, nice. But you're going to have different objectives and things to do with it. So, yeah, this is... not 100% unique. None of the activities except for one are really like 100% unique. Most of them are just like...
Whoa, this controls ass.
Well, your wheels popped, so...
Oh.
One of them is unique, but the rest are kind of just adapted takes of previous existing activities to the Genki aesthetic, so... Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I can't fucking control anything. Also, I'm not used to playing anymore.
Yeah, you say that every 2 or 3 parts, because we record 2 or 3
8
parts.
months without fucking recording.
And it's not my fault.
Listen, it's not my fault that Pokemon's better than Saints Row.
I mean, depending on the Pokemon game, I agree.
You know, she really do be having big titties.
Well, you made her that way.
Hey. Just gonna make her how I want to be.
Now it's my turn.
You fucking bet, bitch. Shit. Ready? Check me out.
Epic. Epic. Great job. You really killed it there.
You betcha. Guess what?
What?
I love poop. Just kidding. Jesus.
Do you have to do this every single time?
Jesus.
You're ridiculous.
Hello, Genki Bowl fans. Zach and Bobby here bringing you some exciting Genki Bowl updates from the Genius Professor.
That's right, Zach. We've just received word that Professor Genki has decided, in honor of Genki Bowl 7, to make a public appearance on the streets of Steelport.
And I also hear that the Master's ceremony will be escorted by none other than our current Genki Bowl frontrunner, the leader of the Saints.
Jesus.
If you want to meet the genius behind the epic extravaganza of bloodshed and carnage, then head to Leather and Lace.
And while you're there, go ahead and pick up a gimp suit for that special someone in your life. That's all from us. We'll be back later with more coverage from Genki Bowl 7.
You know, I could use a gimp suit.
Avoiding the vehicles and causing destruction. Alright, so now that opening dialogue by Zach and Bobby are over, we're going to be doing Genki Escort. Genki Escort is similar to the escort missions that we did with Zemos, but this time we are driving around with Genki in our back seat and trying to murder as many pedestrians as possible. That is how you get the pleasure meter up in this instance of the escort activity, so you need to run over people.
Oh.
Yeah. So, as per usual, you want to avoid the cars that are chasing you. Run over as many people as you can. Each time you run over somebody, those lights ignite, and then once you have 4 people run over, press L1 and hold it. L1. And you can light people on fire. So the idea here is that you are supposed to run people over, build up your Genki meter, and then ignite people. Light them up. You can also use these to blow up cars, but you are better off just lighting up people and killing them. And after you get enough pleasure built up in the meter, you end up having a specific command by Genki, and you cannot build the meter up any higher until you complete that, which he is telling you to kill that target. You are not going to get any pleasure until you kill that target.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so the nice thing about this instance of the activity compared to the others is you are able to blow up the vehicles that are chasing you rather easily with your flamethrower. But what you want to do is pretty much just run this guy over. Light him up, or that works too. And there you go, your pleasure meter goes up.
Alright,
So
1 second. We're back.
alright, we're back. So, yeah, like I was saying, avoid the vehicles and run over people and ignite them on fire. And that's what you gotta do. And then after you kill enough people, Genki will give you a thing to do. And then you do it. That's the main goal here. But yeah, honestly, other than that, it's a pretty straightforward activity, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Once your meter runs out of flamethrower, you have to refill it all the way up, and it does diminish over time. So if you don't get enough people within the time limit, it will go down, as you just saw. But now you've got the flamethrower going, so you need to roast 5 people with a flamethrower. So, yeah, make sure you don't run them over with your car, but actually hit them with the flames. There you go. Genki is pleased. But yeah, you do need to bear in mind that your vehicle does still have a health bar. It does have HP. If it takes too much damage, it will smoke up and then eventually blow up. So you want to be careful you don't run into too much stuff and you're too reckless in that case. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty easy to do. The first instances anyway. It does get a little more challenging with the aggression of the vehicles, but yeah, as you can see, the target is now telling you to kill the lesser mascots that are over there. So most of Genki's missions are kill X person or X target. He does have something like a power slide. amongst some other things, you're going to need those flamethrowers if you want to be able to damage those easily, so you're going to need to run over like 2 more people. 3 more people. And now 4 people again. Because as I said, it does diminish over time, so... But there's one. If you turn around, you can get the other one. And as you can see, it is really easy to damage and destroy these vehicles. But of course, you know, that meter cannot... If the annoyance meter hits the max, then you will fail the mission. It looks like your vehicle is also smoking, and if your vehicle blows up, you fail the mission. So you really need to get some stuff going because you're about to lose. So if you don't get that vehicle off your back, you are done. Or you're hanging on by a literal thread. Also, if you leave that area of the map, the NPC spawns will decrease quite a bit, and you won't be able to really... I mean, you can still try, but yeah, you just lost. So.
What? This sucks.
Well, alright, we'll see you on the other side when it's beaten.
I just missed him completely.
You did. You're killing it, baby.
Where is he?
You didn't even kill them. The NPC killed them for you. But, okay, now that that amazing display of your epic gaming skill is on record forever, we're going to go ahead and drive back to drop Genki off now that the destruction of his... his pleasure in all of your destruction is complete, and we are going to end off the activity there. So it's a pretty just straightforward escort mission, but it's got the appeal of the flamethrower vehicle and, you know, Genki himself shouting flamethrower and all that stuff whenever you activate it. So, you know, it's fine.
Does he scream it?
Yeah, that's what that voice is saying, like flamethrower and down home barbecue or whatever.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Well, whenever you max out your flamethrower, he says a little voice clip. So if you want to do it really quick, or we can just finish the mission.
Yeah, I fucking hate this guy. Get out of my fucking...
Wait, he's gonna do his dance. Yeah. Yeah, check that out. And that card did not give a fuck.
Same. Fuck that Genki guy.
That was the super ethical PR opportunity. So now that that mission is done, we can move on to the next one. What?
What's PR stand for?
Public relations. But now that that's done, we can move on to Sexy Kitten Yarngasm.
Well, guys, it's been nice.
Your presence is needed for the start of the next Genki Bowl 7 match, created by the Genki Girl Sexy Kitten. Please head there as soon as you're able so we can get underway.
Alright, and now we're going to start off with Sexy Kitten Yarngasm, and I 100% expect you to fail this mission the first time you do it.
Welcome, Genki Bowl 7 fans, to the latest and greatest contest of guts, gore, and glory, courtesy of the
Okay, so you're probably wondering what the fuck is going on right now. You are in a giant ball of yarn, and what you need to do is you need to run over these vehicles and destroy as much property as you can while building up a combo similar to something like Tank Mayhem, which you've done. Only instead of riding in a tank, you're in this giant ball of yarn. You need to break as much as you can and keep that combo alive, and believe me, you need to keep that combo alive, because if you do not, you are going to fail this.
It won't let me go.
Well, that's one of the problems with this mission, is despite it being absolutely absurd, the yarn ball controls like utter ass.
Yeah, this is bad.
it controls like utter ass. That said, the time limit on this objective is very unforgiving, and the targets are also super unforgiving in terms of how many there are. You need to hit almost all of these, and you need to keep your combo alive while you do it, because the only distance you have to do this is you have that straightaway, and then you go around the stadium, and that's all that's available to you. And I can already tell just by how this is going, you are going to fail. I'm not saying that to demoralize you. I'm just saying that in terms of the leeway that this mission provides you, you are not going to get it. I still want you to keep going, though, to see how far you can get, but I am certain you will not make it. And I'm not trying to be a pessimist, like I said. It's just that I know how this goes. And yeah, super unforgiving. It's a great concept. I think it could be a lot more fun if it wasn't such like utter horseshit in terms of actually allowing the player to win. But yeah, as you can see
that? I'm stuck.
Yeah, because it controls like fucking ass. And again, as you can see, you've just destroyed almost all of the targets, and you have half the score you need to win. Okay? You see how many targets you have marked on your map?
Yeah.
Looks like 2. That's it. And you're expected to get another 160,000, basically. Now, you can go out and destroy these things, but it only gets you so far. And you finally unlock the shockwave because you actually got your thing high enough, which is a blessing in disguise, but still, it's not going to be enough to win. And you used all 4 when you really shouldn't have used them there. But
I didn't know if
yeah, so you only get 4 once you unlock them, and you don't get any more for the rest of the thing. You only get 4.
Oh
So,
my god. This is garbage.
I know it is. And it's a shame because it could easily be the best activity if it didn't control like shit.
I mean, I was close.
It's really hard to say if anything's close because until you're like at 400k, you're really not. But yeah, what you gotta do is you gotta keep that combo up. You can't really dilly-dally, and the problem with that is you're fighting the controls the whole time. Because you need to keep moving and you need to keep destroying stuff, but the game wants you to stay put and roll around in one single spot every time you take the control stick. I know. Because
I am pushing forward.
I know you are. But that's how the game operates. And even as someone who, plays this game pretty regularly, and, I'd consider myself super good at this, I still fail this mission usually at least once. At least this one or the other instance. Usually at least once when I do it myself. Because the control is just the worst. I don't think anything else in this game controls as bad as this. And it's a shame because...
This could be so fun.
Well, it's a shame because the number one thing I'll always say that makes or breaks a game more than anything else. I don't care if your game's story is poorly written garbage. I don't care if your game is, a little bland in level design, whatever. I don't care if the graphics aren't the best. I care if it controls well. Because if a game controls like shit, then there's no reason for me to want to play it. Even if it's the greatest game ever made. If it controls like utter ass, I'm not having fun. No matter what. Nothing is more important to me in a game than control. And if the game controls like this, it's not fun. It's annoying. It's frustrating. All it does is it makes me want to stop playing, put it down, and go play something else that is infinitely better. And Sexy Kitten Yarngasm is certainly an activity that makes me want to put the controller down or go do literally anything else in the game. Because as fun as a concept that this is, the stipulations are so unforgiving and unfair. And again, you have this shockwave move. You got 250k. Well, you need 415, and you have 3 targets available on the screen left to hit. You're not gonna make it because it does not give you enough. So
I did even worse this time.
Yeah. And so I'm not going to make you do this a third time. I'm going to do it because I'm not going to make you suffer through this shit any more than you do. So it's just a shame because you can clearly see the potential in this activity and it's just kind of wasted and it sucks, but what are you going to do? And again, it's not just that you don't even have enough targets, it's also the fact that the time limit's super unforgiving. So it's like you don't even have a lot of time to cooperate.
I'm pushing forward, do you see that?
Yeah, I know. I know. That's how it controls.
Give me my drink.
So I'm going to take over from here, and what you're seeing now is me doing this and hopefully getting this on my first try. Hopefully, but I have my doubts. So, yeah, this yarn ball is definitely momentum based in the way that it moves and controls. You do kind of need to just keep going in a direction as much as possible. Limit your turning and your stopping as much as you possibly physically can, because if you do like kind of stop too much, then you're setting yourself up for disaster, which that's the fun. But yeah, otherwise you just got to keep things alive and try to use your shockwave moves when you know it's going to benefit you and pay off. Try not to waste them too much. Unfortunately, I think I kind of did, but you know, I'm making do with what I can. Luckily, I have 312k. Still got about 100k more to go, but I think I should be able to pull it off, assuming that the yarn ball controls decide to cooperate and actually allow me to destroy shit. Because I was holding right. Okay, I'm holding forward on the control stick right now. And I will try and describe what I'm doing as these things happen, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm intending the game to do versus what it's actually showing you on, what it's actually doing, and what you're seeing on screen. So I'm at 392. Okay, I'm at 396, so I only need about 20k more, which is pretty good. I'm in a pretty good spot for like what's going on right now, because if I destroy these two vehicles, that'll get me a little bit, and then...
What the fuck? How are you already at 4? I looked down at my phone for 3 seconds.
Well, you should have been watching, because I pretty much showed how to do it. But I'm at 410, got a minute left, and if I destroy these right here, that's it.
So
It's
you
all
might
about
as well
the
just
combo.
do the next instance of it too.
I planned on it. Because the next instance, I think, is more frustrating than this one. This one's the easier difficulty. But regardless, yeah. It's a shame because I think that this activity could be so much better, but it's just kind of missed potential, really. That was the first instance of Sexy Kitten Yarngasm. You did unlock the Verminator as a vehicle, which is kind of cool. But let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and find the other instance of this on the map, which is right over here, not very far. And we will go ahead and drive right over to it. And since it's not very far, I'm not going to bother cutting ahead to that just to save myself some a few seconds in editing. Makes things easier for me. I really do appreciate not having to cut out a bunch of shit. Unfortunately, with the way that this is a sandbox game, that leads to a lot of cutting when we're going from destination to destination, but you know, it is what it is. I do prefer not to have to cut though, just because it's way easier for editing, but you know, it is what it is. That said though, we're already coming up on the other instance of this, and I think I mentioned this in the previous part with the Genki DLC, but every instance of this comes in 2 instances of activities rather than 3 like the main game. So this is the second and final instance of Sexy Kitten Yarngasm. And this time, instead of going for 415, you're going for 500k, and you have 3 minutes to do it. I do enjoy the opening to this activity where you kind of just fall off the building. I am holding left on the control stick. I was holding left that entire time, by the way. But yeah, what you basically need to do is just kind of follow along the path here, and you should be able to do just fine. Don't do what I did and hold back on the control stick. That actually probably will come back to bite me later on. But just kind of, you know, stay moving forward as much as you possibly can, and get that combo up so you can unlock the shockwave balloons. I am trying to go off that ramp. The controls do not want to make me do it, apparently. So, I tried, but it didn't really work out. I'm holding left on the control stick. Okay, now I'm holding forward. So, Another thing that's kind of annoying is I don't believe you get credit if the computers destroy something. Alright, luckily the shockwave is unlocked. I still have quite a ways to go, but the shockwave is basically the key to getting your combo up higher and higher. So you don't really want to use it when your combo is kind of low like this. You want to use it when your combo is up high, and then right before you're about to like lose it, that's when you really want to blow your thing. No, the thing. Unfortunately, because I'm only at 325 right now, I think I'm gonna fail this, which is a shame because it was an almost, it was an almost solid run. But again, that's just how this is structured, where I need 150k more, and I have a minute 20 seconds to do it, and I'm trying super hard to navigate this, but it just isn't really cooperating. And it's also hard to keep that combo built up because it drains faster and faster as it goes. And I'm out of shockwave moves too, so I can't really do anything about that. And I need 100k more, and it's looking super unlikely for me to actually be able to pull this off. I'm going to pray that it happens, but I have my doubts because I still have 75k more to get. I'm just trying to build this combo, keep it up, and the best way to do that, as I've said, is just kind of roll over the street, destroy shit, and hope for the best.
You might have had a chance had you not... Why are you on fire?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure the yarn ball can't be destroyed, so I'm not sure why I'm on fire, but I'm like 100% certain that the yarn ball cannot be destroyed or broken. I am about 10k away from winning this, and I have 15 seconds to do it, so I'm cutting it close, and I did not get any credit for that, which is kind of fucked up.
Stupid.
Yeah, see? I lost, and I was 5k away from winning that.
That's ass.
So, yeah, that's a little horseshit. That is close in this mission.
Oh,
Welcome back, Genki fans. It's
welcome back, Genki.
So, yeah, just so you know, for future reference, yeah, Sexy Kid and Orgasm can be way better than it is. It's unfortunate. It just makes me sad because I want to like this activity. I really do, but I can't.
I cannot.
Yeah.
It's absolute horseshit, Lord.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's actually ass. Oh my. No, come on, sugar.
But I got you a stunt jump at least, so that's gonna be 50. Yeah, so. Yeah, and the last thing you want to do is try and go like the reverse, basically. You don't want to do like. You don't want to hold the opposite direction that the control stick is pointed in. That is no good for you. But yeah, this is basically the most ideal situation where you can really get that combo up, and then right before it drains down to complete empty, use it. Like, there we go. That was a pretty solid wave. Unfortunately, I'm like almost in the exact same position I was last time, but hopefully with my combo being built up to where it is, yeah, I'm gonna get to 400k easier. And then the last 100k, as I showed, is relatively easy to get on the last stretch. It's just kind of that getting to where I am right here, because from this point forward, if I just stay on this, if I'm able to move forwards, if I just stay on this sidewalk and kind of roll up the way this way, these all these Genki stands give like 2,000, and as the combo goes up, you get even more. Go along this fence right here, and yeah, I'm 8.5k away from winning, 7k. Now if I just go back this way, I'll be able to pull it off no problem, and this should do it. And there you go. So that's how you want to do it, pretty much. That's always my strategy with going. It cuts it close in the score, but most of the time it works out. Sometimes you just get screwed over like I did the first attempt. So that's the second instance of Sexy Kitten Yarngasm. Now we can move on to the next Genki Escort, or Genki Bowl mission, which is going to be super ethical PR opportunity again.
Can you please do it?
Guess what? The professor thought you did such a fantastic job, he wants you to drive again. Remember, don't look him in the eye unless you want to wake up in a North Korean prison camp.
I know that the whole point of first-time playthroughs is it's supposed to be the player who hasn't played the game before. It's their playthrough. They're the one playing the game. But considering that I'm having her do the easier instance, I don't want to sit here, and I don't think you guys want to sit here and have her just grind until she beats it over and over again. And that's kind of one of the clauses that I'm willing to enact in these playthroughs, where, you know, as long as they do the easy instance of the activity, you know, the kind of stuff that's mandatory to beat the base game, that's good enough. The expert can step in to do the higher level. So I'm going to show off, this is Genki Escort, instance number 2. This is the only activity of the 4 that requires you to do both instances. But again, she already did the first one, so there's really no point in having her just sit and grind it out. So I'll go ahead and do this as well. But if you want to, like, you know, pay attention and watch as I do it, by all means, this is how I usually play this activity. So, of course, I did not mean to get in this tunnel here, but oh well. So yeah, what I usually do is I usually just, well, unless I get blocked by an actual pedestrian, I usually just kind of stay near the edge of the sidewalk. I don't actually drift or drive on it the whole way across the road most of the time because of shit like that happening. But, you know, if I'm able to run people over, then I do it. And then as soon as the, you know, targets become available, I kind of head over to those. And as always, don't forget that, you know, you have nitrous. The nitrous upgrade makes a lot of these driving missions way easier, way better. But yeah, if you just use the flamethrowers on these things, they like go down in no time at all.
Yeah. Honestly, I really like this mission. I am just ass at driving.
Yeah.
Fuck you! You're not supposed to respond to it.
Well, you said it, not me. But I kind of hate how the camera, like, got angled right
You know, I fucking hate Genki. He's just a dick and a half.
I love Genki.
Actually, you know what? He's a chode. He is a chode.
Genki's lit.
A chode.
I love Genki.
I don't.
Genki's great. He's one of the best things that Saints Row 3 introduced to the franchise, I think.
He is a chode nugget.
Watch this. Boom. One hit. That's all it took. Best thing to do when you need to do those vehicle damage requirements is to just kind of like nitrous your way right into them head first, and you shouldn't have any trouble getting that. But as usual, just keep the pleasure meter ahead of the annoyance meter, and you shouldn't have too much trouble with this. And in fact, I think I just got it. Another thing I advise is you stay near where the where Genki started, because you will always have to go to this spot when you finish the mission. So if you drive all the way across the map, you have to drive the whole way back. So I advise staying in this general vicinity because it saves you a lot of time once you actually meet the requirements. But that was the second instance of Genki Escort, which means that there's only one Genki activity left in this DLC pack before we are finished with it already. So, very short DLC if you know what to do, because it's really just an activity boost pack. It's not like actual missions. But this is
Cost 10.
this is going to take us to the final instance of Genki, which is the Sad Panda Skyblazing, which I'm not really going to describe or spoil for you, because this is the one that I was referring to that is like really just unique. It's different from any other activity in the game, and it's fitting that it's the final activity as well, because I think this is definitely the most fun. Definitely has one of the more challenging DLC trophies, but I'll say what that is when we get to that. In the meanwhile, we're just going to continue driving our way to that, and I'll let you experience it for the first time, because experiencing this for the first time was definitely a surprise, because I really wasn't fully satisfied with the Genki DLC pack when I played it. I mean, I like some of the vehicles you get, and the costumes are neat, I guess, but really, the Super Ethical Reality Climax add-ons is just Genki in a tropical setting. And a few added things, and then Genki Escort is just Escort with Genki and the flamethrowers. And Yarngasm fucking sucks. So, really, it's kind of disappointing. But then you get to this, and it's like, yeah, Sad Panda Sky Blazing, a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So, I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let you take over from here.
Oh, fucking shit. Do I have to?
Yeah.
No! What the shit? What do I do? Do I press anything?
Yeah, so you're going to want to just fly. Right now you're just flying. You're going to want to tilt the camera so you can see a bit better. But you want to fly through the rings. Every ring is worth 100. The tiger balloons are all worth, I believe, 100 as well. And what you need to do is you need to fly through all these rings to get points. You want to land on the rooftops where those red arrows are pointing.
But I'm supposed to hit the ring.
Well, so you want to land on these rooftops, and then you have a certain amount of time to kill as many of these mascots as you can with your chainsaw. So, yeah, you want to go around and kill as many of these mascots as you can with your chainsaw. But if time runs out and you are not back in the air, you automatically fail. So you have a certain amount of time that you have to get back in the air. How do you get back in the air? Well, you're heading right to it. So you go inside those cars, they shoot you back up in the air, and then you get back on your flight path.
Do I have to get...
Yes, you still need to go through the rings. You want to hit the tiger balloons as you can, and you want to land on rooftops, but you're missing all of them.
How do I get...
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna fail, so we'll just have to do it over again.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
As I said, you fly through the rings.
Well, I thought if I... That's dumb. I don't want to be done.
Well, you're done.
I don't want to be done.
You're done.
I don't want to be done.
I don't know what to tell you. You're done.
Alright, come on. You know, pandas are fucking stupid anyways. Huh?
Yep.
Professor Genki's own sad panda has created this
So the panda balloons, as we were saying, are unethical balloons, like in Genki, where you lose some points to your score, but they do launch you back up higher in the air if you fall down there. So they do have at least one positive. They send you up way higher than the tiger balloons do. What you want to do is you want to go for the tower on the right, but you're
Well, I
missing.
was gonna go to this one and have it bump me up. Is it
It's not gonna bump you up either. Just go for the one you're above, or go for that one over there.
That's what I was...
Alright, so now that you're up here, again, kill as many mascots as you can. Every mascot that you kill will increase the value of the next one, which is why you want to kill as many as you can, because 312, 375, 437, 500. See how each one is worth more and more than the last?
Yeah.
That's why you want to kill as many as you can, as fast as you can, so you can get them all.
Okay.
But if you go too close in front of the vehicle, you will get sucked in and launched away, and that's no good. But if you, yes, just don't miss. Okay. So yeah, just make sure you don't get too close to the vehicles, or they will automatically suck you up and you will lose your opportunity on this rooftop. But the nice thing is that, again, most of the mascots do stand still for you. There's just a few that tend to run away, and they can be a pain to hit. But as long as you kind of run into them like that and knock them over, there's really
why
no
are
problem.
they hiding behind it?
Because they're scared of you, obviously. But
Dicks.
as long as you don't move in front of the stars, those stars, then you have no issue. But if the mascots run into it, they actually will die, and you will get credit for that. So just something fun to know. You're not going to make it.
I just want to get...
Okay. So if you get on that third last rooftop, which you're going to hit that panda balloon down there. I'm serious. You're going to lose a little bit of your score, but it will send you up flying. Watch. Look left, look left, look left. Right there. Don't overshoot.
Hunt them down personal.
Okay, good.
No,
Alright,
don't
so there
suck
you
me.
go. Now as long as you kill most of the mascots on this roof, you'll get to 10,000 and you'll win. So, yeah. If you want to win, as long as you get like 3 of the rooftops, you're pretty safe. But, I mean, yeah. Obviously, you gotta hit the guys.
I'm trying.
There you go. So, when that cleared for landing shows up, it means you have a high enough score. So I just get off the rooftop and head down to the final area, which you can just go straight to, because again, there's no time limit, and just land in the base jump. If you land in the smoked out area, I believe you do get a point bonus, so you kind of want to aim for that that ring right there. Yeah, so you want to land in that. You want to land in the purple, preferably.
I did it.
Maybe you didn't get a point bonus, I wasn't sure. You can actually kill the guys that are on the ground right here if you want to. Oh, you got the trophy for that, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember what that trophy does exactly, but one of the trophies for this DLC mission is kill all the mascots on all the rooftops. Which, considering how you probably had trouble with that, you probably would not enjoy getting that trophy.
Nope.
Yeah, it was a pain for me the first couple times I attempted it, but once I got this game down and really figured it out, it wasn't so bad. So that was the first instance of Sand Panda Sky Blazing. The nice thing is you do get to keep all of the cash you earn. So this is actually one of the best grinding activities if you really need to grind, which you shouldn't if you were taking over the city as we showed you. But if you want to get the final cutscene, you actually need to do both instances of the Sad Panda Sky Blazing. Whereas the other instances are not required in order to beat this DLC pack. You actually need to do both instances of the Sky Blazing. So,
Really?
I'm going to go ahead and take over for this one too. Because again, I just want you to do the easy challenges, and then I would take care of the more difficult ones. Yes, that was the easy one.
Good Jesus.
But as I'll be showing, this will be how you really, should do the Sky Blazing once you actually get the hang of it. I'll show off like the best strategies in taking that on.
So much better.
Well, I mean, I am the veteran component of this playthrough, so I mean, yes, if I wasn't better than you, I'd be the one playing.
There's a right one.
Why are you playing Pokemon Go in the middle of our playthrough?
I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Well, you gotta call me out.
Call me out. Alright, so here we go. This is the next instance of Sad Panda Sky Blazing. And yeah, so I'm pretty much just going to show you how I do it. As I said, I normally just prioritize the rings for the sake of speed. It's really like time consuming to just kind of go for all the tiger balloons, but I just go for them when I need to. But the nice thing is when you can get the mascots to run right at you, that makes things way easier if you just kind of mash your chainsaw button. I recommend if you're going for the trophy of killing all of the mascots on the roof, you're going to want to do it for the first mission, not the second. But you get this top of cool bonus when you do kill all of the mascots, which gets you a huge point bonus. As you can see, I've already got 6,000, and I'm not even at the second rooftop yet. So, but if I go ahead and land right here. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, the time limit on the second instance is nowhere near as forgiving as the first. So I recommend that if you are trying to kill all the mascots, you do it for the first mission, not the second. I don't believe it matters which one you do it for. So, yeah, I believe another thing is I think you can land back on. I'm not entirely sure. I was going to test it. Yeah, I guess you can. I guess you can just land right back on the rooftop. So that's another nifty thing to know, I suppose.
It's so nifty.
But I'm going to go ahead and land on this panda balloon to see if I can get back up on top of that roof. I don't know if it will send me high enough. Oh, just barely not. Okay, that sucks. Let's see if I can navigate this a bit better. But another thing I like to do is chain tiger balloons like that. That makes things a little bit easier in terms of gaining height. And then I can go right back on over to this rooftop and get that last mascot that's still alive up here.
There's a couple.
Yeah, the last couple. So, yeah, and it still maintains your thing. So that, I guess that's another strategy. That I've never really actually tried this before, because usually I only go for the all the mascots on the first mission, but I figured, you know, why not? So yeah, I guess you can just kind of use the things to launch you off the roof and then launch you right back up, which is nifty. So, but I believe there are 5 buildings in this instance, whereas there were only 4 in the other. So, but yeah. Otherwise, it's pretty much this is the gist of the activity. Just kind of try and get to as many rooftops as you can, kill all the mascots you can. As you can see, I've already killed all of these mascots, and I'm only at the 3rd rooftop, and I've already got 17k built up. So I'm actually gonna try and get you that trophy.
Hell yeah.
Because why not? You know.
Right.
But yeah, the most annoying part is just having the mascots that run away from you, because they can be a pain with how they kind of avoid you. I do appreciate the mascots who come up to try and challenge you to fight, but come here. Alright, so I'm gonna use this cannon to kind of launch me up. And I guess this is in a pretty good spot, because like there's another rooftop right next to this one. So, yeah, if this guy can quit running away, that'd be great. And then if I can go right over here, I can get the final rooftop right here, which are full of gats, which is really cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as you can see, this, yeah, I really like this activity. This is a lot of fun for me. I do enjoy it quite a lot. I'm gonna have to launch off and then come back again, but oh well. You know, do what you need to.
Do what you gotta
I also
do.
appreciate the flight controls in this. It's actually really nice compared to how the flying normally functions in the base game. They really enhance your maneuverability in the air for this activity. So yeah, there you go, top of cool, and I got the trophy, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. So that is the trophy you get when you kill every single enemy on every single rooftop. And now I've done it in the harder difficulty mission, so I guess I can say I've done that, because I've always gone for the easier difficulty one. But if you look at my money count,
Jeez.
almost $30,000, which is really insane. And then you just kind of land right in the purple, and boom, stuck the landing, and there you go.
Jeez.
But that's the end of Genki Bowl 7, so we're going to wrap up the DLC with one final cutscene, and that will be it.
Alrighty.
Bye now.
Bye now. Me papa.
Would you believe it?
Did you see that? My goodness, a performance for the ages. I don't think I've ever witnessed something so remarkable.
Incredible. That was, without a doubt, the most amazing individual performance I've ever seen since Ping Pong Polly worked Thursday nights at Syndicate.
Oh, I remember that. Hey, Bobby, how about we go down to the lovely Tammy Tolliver, who is standing by with our new champion, Tammy.
Thanks, Zach. You know, over the years, you've had your doubters. Some have said you were just riding on the coattails of more accomplished people. Is this vindication for you?
Absolutely. Not just for me, but for all the kids out there watching at home thinking that they'll never make something out of themselves. Yeah, I just want to tell those kids, no matter what, work hard and anything is possible.
Oh, what a great message to end on. Well, Zach,
Because I spent years honing my craft. Murdering, robbing, assaulting, more murdering, light treason, murdering again, all so that when I got my shot, I would be ready.
That's, enlightening. But what?
You gotta follow your dreams, kids. Because if you don't, you know what happens? You're gonna become your parents. How fucking depressing would that be? Think about it.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that took a turn, didn't it?
It really did.
Yeah, I love that cutscene. So, I don't know if this is true. I never actually bothered to take the time to look it up. But I think the reason that voice modifier thing was there was because the team never got the voice actors to come in and record their lines for it. So they had to use that voice modifier thing with the panda suit. And I think that was part of the reason why that you do the final mission in a panda suit with the helmet on. So that you didn't see the character's head. And in turn, you wouldn't have to hear their voice. Because you can say, oh, well, the mask has a modifier in it. So
Yeah.
I think that's what was going on there, that they didn't... I don't know if it was a fact that they didn't want to pay the voice actors, or if they just couldn't get them, or what. I'm not entirely sure, but even you can even hear the modified voice. Like, it's clearly not even any of the voice actors, I don't think. Maybe it's Troy Baker. It's possible. Default voice number 1. It was, but I don't know. It doesn't sound like Troy Baker. But maybe it is. Who knows? I could be wrong.
It's me, actually.
Yeah, no, I don't know about
It
that one.
is. Don't become like your parents. That's fucking depressing. It's me.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to end this part off here with Kitty style.
Exotic dancers and exotic pussy.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic.
So, well, that is a tiger. So, anyways, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the Genki Bowl DLC. In the next part, we are probably going to take on the either Kinsey's mission or Oleg's mission, or maybe some Angel stuff. We'll have to wait and see. And until then, have yourselves a fantastic day.
Or night.
Or night.
Or morning.
Or morning, whichever time of day you choose to watch this.
Just don't do drugs.
Yeah, and don't become your parents. Follow your dreams.
Because that's fucking depressing.
Apparently.
Alright. Bye!